Thanks again for tuning back into the channel. In this week's video, we're going to be taking a look at the Sigma 17-40 f1.8 art lens for the Fuji X Mount. The reason for the title of the video will be revealed later on, but I thought I would let you see how I performed with the lens and how the lens performed with me. Now, I do have a few images and lots of examples and me examining the images with it as well, and I do hope it allows you to make up your mind whether to get this lens or not. So without further ado, let's dive right in. The lens weighs in at 525 grams and doesn't feel front heavy on the X-T5. It has a focal range of 17 to 40 millimeters with a full frame equivalent of 25.5 to 60 millimeters and a constant f1.8 aperture throughout. Other switches on the lens include an autofocus lock and an autofocus switch, aperture lock for auto, and a declickable aperture ring, which I didn't in any of the times that I've been using the lens. I haven't knocked it out of place at all. Both the zoom ring and the focus ring are really nice and smooth to use. And with an internal zoom mechanism, which is a linear autofocus motors, the lens can also be used really easily for any video work that you are doing. It has a 67mm thread and is weather sealed throughout. I had lots of images here to show you, but I'll only show you a few in terms of the sharpness, because I was actually blown away with how sharp this lens actually is. If you look at the details on the right hand side highlighted in the red box, that will give you all the EXIF data of every single image that you will see. The images that this returned were actually really good, and we talk about sharpness all the time thinking that that makes a good image, but it doesn't. It just adds to an image. And especially if you want to take, in my case, landscapes, I want to be able to see all the details, or mostly all the details of what's captured with the lens. So this was a lovely surprise when I was using this. You know to expect that the Sigma Art lenses are sharp, but when this arrived for me to do a review, I actually wasn't expecting it to be this sharp on an APS-C lens. Now, I have tried a lot of lenses, and I've tried a lot of prime lenses as well, and Fuji's own brand of lenses, and they are outstanding, as you know. So that when a third-party lens comes in, you have that inkling that it's not going to be just as good as, for example, a series of prime lenses, individual prime lenses. And this covers quite a range of prime lenses. And as I said, it returns sharp images each time. Now, the usual locations that I go to test my lenses allow me to compare and contrast with other lenses that I've tried, and that's the reason you'll see very similar images in these review videos. And even up close with this cacti, I was blown away. I've got to admit, I tried a few things because I know I'll use the lens as well for some product photography if I'm not using the GFX, and it's returned really nice images, which I hope even through YouTube compression you can see how good these images are. From a comparison point of view, the 18-50 from Sigma is another lens that you should consider depending on budget, because that lens as well returns very sharp images. So it's definitely worth considering this lens as well. As I only had the lens for a short while, I took it out every time I was leaving the house, and just to test it in every scenario, just anything that cropped up. In this case, my girls playing with the ball. Shot it at various ISO apertures just to test it as much as I could to see if this would be the lens for me and for the type of photography that I do with the landscapes. And it did. It returned remarkably sharp images. I'm really, really surprised with this. Now, I did use a 20-40-70 art lens on the Sony, and that, again, that was another outstanding lens for sharpness as well. But seeing this in an APS-C has really just, it's concreted my decision not to get the 18-50 and to get this instead. The 18-50 is a fantastically sharp lens as well, but this lens has a few more advantages over it. 90% of the landscapes I shoot are between f8 and f11, and I thought I would let you see the difference with the lens at f8 and at f16 in this case, where you can see the contrast and the sharpness is really good at f8. And by the time you reach f16, diffraction has definitely started, and of course the contrast has dropped. Probably still wondering why the negative title of the video. Well, that's simply because I can't get my hands on one of them. After using the lens for a few days, I contacted Sigma and asked if I could buy one. And they told me that these sell out so quick that they don't have any for the X mount currently, but will let me know when they come back in stock. So that's the reason for the title. I want to buy one. If everybody else is buying them, I can't get them. Rather selfish, I know, but it is a really stunning lens to use, and it is worth trying it. If you get the opportunity to try it, it definitely is worth trying it. Financially, your budget is your budget. The 18-50 is a lovely lens as well to use, and you saw a few images from the time that I owned one of them, because I thought I tried one of them, reviewed one of them, and after the review I bought one straight away. And that is a stunning lens to use as well. So I hope you got something from the video, and yes, I'm really enamoured with the lens. It will suit my workflow brilliantly. Thanks again for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.